All right, what's going on, everybody? So, Brian Rhodes here. You guys hear me? Okay, Ryan, thumbs up. I see you on here.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you great.
All right, so I figured I'd show a couple videos. If you're watching this recording, you missed those videos at the beginning of the Zoom. Just the Connect Explainer video, what's a node, and one of the update videos from probably about 9 months ago, where they actually showed, 2024 Kailua event. That's where me and my buddy Demetrius, the sponsors that Billy Womack. He's done many Zooms with us so far. So he's out there right now rubbing shoulders and elbows with all the different CEOs, board members of Connect, and some of the other top leaders that um, earned that trip. I think you had to sell 250,000 between different legs, not all from one leg. I don't know exactly on that because I just started 31 days ago. So, and I think that was over before I even started. So it's cool. I've been talking to him. He'll be back actually tomorrow night really late, and we'll probably have him on Zoom hopefully on Tuesday. So, don't hold me to that, but it could happen. So so my name's Brian. I got started with this by a phone call. My buddy Demetrius, he's just like, I got to talk to you about something. Then I'm going to send you some stuff to watch. And I was like, all right, what is it? Oh man, because we've been burnt so many times. It's so sometimes, even though he's a good friend and you're just like, I don't even know what he's going to tell me. You know what I mean? Like we've all been there. How many have been there where you're just like, oh gosh, hope this one works. I hope this one is it. I want to bring people into this. I want to change my family's stars or my family's future or whatever it is, with what program it is. So when he told me about this, I was like, that's interesting. He's like, I'm going to send you a couple videos. And it was simply the explainer video, what's a node. And then he sent me some information on Billy Womack, and I was like, all right, well, that's different. And he's like, no, watch this. And I watched a lot about Billy and was just like, dude, this guy's been here for like 7 years, same company. And his story of just getting 11 gala notes, going to a gaming convention, not knowing anything about games, back 2018, 2017, he's like, I didn't play any games. Last game I played were like Super Mario Brothers and, Pac-Man or something. It's been that long, but they have games for our phone that are literally sponsored ads all over Facebook and on your phone, Instagram. You've seen Farmville or some other games. That's the only one I can remember them talking about because I don't really play any of those games either, but a lot of people do. So he went to that gaming convention and was like, this is interesting. I want to work in blockchain. I've got burnt doing different crypto deals. I want to be at the forefront of something that's going to change literally the world, not just a crypto space. So he got 11 nodes for $1,000 a node. There's people that got them for $500 a node before him. Obviously, if you're new here, when a certain amount of nodes are purchased, they go up about $100. I think it's normally 100 nodes, $100 it goes up. So he got them about $1,000 a node, and they couldn't even put them online to start earning digital rewards, which are like tokens. So it took about, I think it was 6, 7 months for that to happen. They got them online. It was a lot harder than what we've been through. If you're new, you don't understand yet, it's so easy. You'll understand soon. But if you're already a part of this community, you're like, it really wasn't that hard. I just had to make an account with Block Fabric and hit the confirm button. So he got them online. They were accumulating the tokens. He didn't pay much attention. His buddy called him and said, hey, have you checked this out? Gala is listed on some major exchanges right now. And you can look up Gala, Gala, and it's, I think, like a top 50 coin. So it got listed on multiple exchanges and it went from like 1 cent, 3 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent. And this was around 2021 when the bull run happened. So hearing that story, and then the next thing he says, I was cashing them out at 50 cents, 60 cents. And he goes, and then it went all the way up to 80 something cents. He's like, but the cool thing is every day you generate more of these digital rewards, more of these tokens into your wallet, and then you convert them over to your USD, put them in your bank, or keep them on in your crypto account or wherever you want to keep them. So it was like, what happened? He's like, I made over $10 million on $11,000. I'm like, how many people did you recruit? He's like, I recruited 0 people. And I was like, wait a second. This is like the holy grail to anything. Can this happen again? And he's like, absolutely. He's like, the brands that we have that you see behind me, none of these were really here at that time. I think it was just Gala and maybe a couple other that they were doing. So, now with the projects that we have, is he's just like, you guys have no idea. He told me from the get-go, he's like, get in this. I've been in your shoes. I can tell you're broken. I can tell you're lost on where to go, what to do. And I was. And there's a lot of people that were right there with me at the same time. They're just like, well, I'm vetting out 8 different deals, and it's because we don't trust any of them. And hearing his story, he's been with this company, he's been in before all these different CEOs, obviously not all the different board members, but he's been at the forefront of it. So we have, the greatest mentor in this business. And for him to like help us with this, it's just an honor, because he doesn't need to build a team. He's building it because he wants to help people. And that's one thing that I love about having him as a mentor. So he made the 10 million off of 11 nodes, which is crazy. And you can say that because it happened in the past. I'm not predicting future money or telling you you're going to get rich off of nodes at all, but it happened to him. So from there, he took that and put more into nodes, building a mansion in Las Vegas. You can follow him on Instagram. You can see that this is real. You can watch podcasts on him and everything. So I got started literally about 32 days ago. 32 days ago, I didn't share it for a couple days because I wanted to just dive in and learn as much as I could. So when I got started, I simply just got 5 win smart nodes. Billy told me to get 5 win smart nodes. You'll understand later. And I said, okay. And then he's like, go get as many grow nodes as you can. And I said, why? And he said, well, the ones going to market first that we have are Win Smart Nodes, Switch, Galvin, Element, and Grow. And Grow was the most affordable one for me, and it was one of the most newer ones. And I said, well, why should I get a newer one that's going to market? And he said, well, because it's going to accumulate more daily rewards at a short, like at the price point of being a cheaper price and more daily rewards. Like Switch is a little bit more money, and it's making a little less rewards than it was about 2 years ago. Not saying it's a bad node to buy. I'm just saying he just pointed me towards Grow. So checked out the Grow, learned about it. I'm going to talk about that in a few. And I got started, and I've shared it with a couple friends since then, and a couple more and a couple more. And in that time frame, done over $40,000 just on commissions and on sharing the nodes, not on my nodes. I haven't made anything. And that's okay, because you want to get the nodes and you want to accumulate those tokens before they go to market, like Billy did with the Gala node. He was accumulating those tokens, and then it went to market later on, a year down the road, which I believe growing them should be faster than that, And so that's where I was like, it just went off in my head. I'm like, so I buy a grow node and I'm making around 2,900 tokens a day, not a year, not one time, but every day. And then I'm accumulating and stacking those up every day until it goes on multiple exchanges. He said, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You don't want to just sell it off when it goes on one exchange. Wait till it goes to multiple ones, because it's going to get more liquidity behind it, more people will be behind it, and it'll just grow and grow and grow in price. So I'm following his guidance. I'm not recreating the wheel. I'm taking his advice, and that's what I'm doing. And that's what I did. Also, we had the ability to get Tom Karen, which is the CEO of Hyper, on, and he explained about how they developed the blockchain for all these different brands behind us and take up 3/4 of the 3rd floor of the 55,000 square foot office in Utah. And I was like, okay. And that one was 1,100. And I was like, I'm going to get as many of those nodes as I can too, just because, it's going to be something that's going to be used a lot. So Now I want to just dive into the PDF and kind of share a little bit with you guys about this. So let me find that. Here it is. Right. Wow, I don't know where it went. Hold on a second. I might accidentally close the PDF. Hold on, let me go into my account and get there. Sorry about that. Let me find this for a second. And I wanted to bring on, actually, we should probably do this before I get started and going through the PDF. One of my friends sent me a invitation to get on a Zoom. Okay. So I was like, all right, what's up with this? So I jump on the Zoom and I hear this guy named Ryan just super excited. And I'm like, oh man, I feel just like him. Like I want to talk to this guy, just get to know him because I want to stay close to the fire at all times. And then he brought on one of the people that he got started with, which is I'm gonna let him tell you about it. And he was able to actually go down to Puerto Rico to see a lot more and to talk to some more CEOs. So Ryan, if you can, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. But Ryan he's got a lot of energy. He's got a big heart. He's overcome some major obstacles in his life. And when he found this, I think it is going to change the way that he thinks about everything, and it's going to change his life. And I feel the exact same about my family and my friends too. So Ryan, could you tell us why you like Connect so much, and like who did you get started with and what did you see so far?
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Can you hear me okay?
I knew you're fine.
Excellent. Yeah, appreciate everyone taking some time to be on here. Brian, Sally, and I, and the rest of us leaders, we never take it for granted. There's a lot of places you could be putting your eyeballs. There's a lot of places you could be giving your time, effort, attention, focus, and energy. And so we are extremely grateful that you're spending some time with us tonight. I've been an entrepreneur pretty much my entire adult life. I just turned 44 a few weeks ago. I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma with my wife, Caroline. We have 4 children. And, I think at the end of the day, there's just been something inside of me. Honestly, my mom says that she started hearing me talk about dreams and doing something different when I was in high school. And I have definitely pursued many different ventures. It's been a pretty wild ride as an adult. And I won't go into a lot of my own personal story necessarily. I'll kind of fast forward and get us up to why I'm involved in Connect and who I'm connected to and why I think you ought to take not only a serious look at this, you ought to consider making a serious commitment about being involved. Just for starters, the fact that this company, these developers, the fact that it's been around 7 years in 2024, like that's a really long time. Like, I don't know about you, but if I get hit up by another startup or if I get hit up by another thing that they don't even know, if they're going to make it to Sunday, let alone a track record of 7 years, like you start to kind of vet in your mind, you start to gain wisdom on a few things that help you elevate certain opportunities to a higher list of priority. And the fact that we've been going strong for 7, 8, 9 years, that says something. That ought to be a reason to dive in deeper. Okay. But without being able to share my whole story tonight, in 2015, at the age of 35, I got diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. And at my first oncology appointment, they told me that there was no cure, that the cancer would kill me, and potentially maybe as fast as a few months. Okay. Now, all I want to tell you is that if I had not decided that the universe came with a vast number of possibilities beyond any human opinion, I would have more than likely accepted what I was being told, and I would not be alive today. My wife and I would have never had a 4th child. My other 3 kids would have spent the rest of their childhood growing up without a father, and my wife would have been a widow in her 30s. But for some reason, something inside of me said, well, that's what their opinion is, but I'm going to see if I can discover something beyond what this opinion is. So maybe you've tried other entrepreneurial ventures. Maybe you have had a dream or goal of doing very well financially. Maybe you've had failures. Maybe you've had some success, but you're tired of how hard you have to work. Maybe you grind. Maybe your programming and conditioning has really made you unconsciously just feel like you have to work 100 hours a week and you got to trade your time for money. Maybe you've explored, different ventures, and maybe you've got a story and a belief that tells you like you always pick the wrong ones or you're always getting scammed. And if you stay in that psychological loop, the universe will just keep serving you up things that will basically just prove your belief system to be right. Or if you'll practice what I had to do 9 years ago and say, that's just something that happened. These are just opinions. Those are just thoughts in my head. Those are just stories. That doesn't mean my present moment that's going to be true. I've gained experience. I've gained wisdom. I am smart. I can pick something. And although there's never a guarantee with anything, I'm closer today to picking something that's going to really get me the results I desire than I've ever been at any other time in my life. Okay. And you can really start to decide how you're going to live out your story. So I took about 5 months off before I found Connect about 6 weeks ago. And the reason is because I kind of hit the pause button. In 22 and 23, I was involved in 10 to 15 different opportunities. A lot of them were kind of described as like passive income plays, and a lot of them did not turn out well. I experienced everything from scams to rug pulls to misleadings to them moving the goalpost to even companies that are still around today, but they just Okay, I started the recording back up. Hopefully Brian comes back on here shortly. Okay, I'll keep going. So anyway, I get on this Zoom with Tony Swantek, my son Addison, who's 18, but just super savvy with crypto, blockchain. I mean, his comprehension and understanding is just amazing. And I knew if he was on there with me, if there was anything I didn't fully understand or grasp, he would. So we spent 2 hours, got to meet Tony. He gave us a complete overview. We asked lots of questions. And when we got off, my son literally looked at me and said, "Dad, this is for real. You need to take this serious. This is no joke." And I was like, okay. So 2 days later, I booked flights for my wife and I. And within a week, we were in Puerto Rico, spending 7 days, pretty much every day at Tony's house, asking questions, learning, being on Zooms, sharing meals with him and his wife, getting to know them. Then he introduced me to a gentleman named Wright Thurston, who is basically the brainchild behind this, who's put in $500 million already to help see these projects come to fruition. And he's the one that's behind Gala Games and has had all that tremendous success. He's a multi-billionaire. We actually got to go over to his home, 22,000 square feet. He bought it from Jeff Bezos, the most expensive property to date ever in the history of Puerto Rico. And it's like 49 million, and just the most down to earth, just easy to talk to. I would have never known in a million years he had that kind of money. And just listening to him talk about where we're at in this disruptive place in society, where everything's moving to the blockchain, everything is moving to cryptocurrency. Having a chance to own nodes is like being able to own Bitcoin back when it was under $1. And my wife was sitting there with me, and she was blown away and I was blown away. And so once I could verify things on the blockchain, once I could see that you could prove that there was proof of action, once I understood that there were projects that were already live, you could download apps and you could actually use them. Once I realized that you could actually put money into these projects, own nodes, you never had to participate in the affiliate side. You never had to participate in the business side. You never have to talk to anybody if you don't want to. You don't have to recruit anybody. We don't suggest this, but I wanted to know that people who never participate in that could actually make money here. And when I was able to prove that, then I knew I was on to something that was going to change my life forever. And that's why I've set aside every other entrepreneurial venture This is the only thing that I do from a business standpoint right now. I'm all in, and I truly see it as an opportunity for my family and I to make $100 million or more in the next 2 to 3 years. I genuinely, with all my heart, believe that's what you're looking at. It's that big and it's that good.
I
Now,
love it.
here's the deal. If you can go to Google and you want to understand what most of us probably are just kind of unconscious to, put in blockchain Mercedes, blockchain Walmart, blockchain Kentucky Fried Chicken. I mean, I don't care. Pick any name brand company, blockchain Lowe's, blockchain Home Depot. And what you will discover is they're all already on the blockchain. It's already happening, whether we realize it or not. It's been happening for years. And so if you have a position, if you have a chance to get educated and to learn about where the world is headed, and then you can then position yourself like with a company like this, and you actually can take part. You don't have to sit around and be like, oh, I wish I would have bought Zoom 5 years ago. Oh, I wish I would have bought Tesla stock. Oh man, if I would have only known about, the internet in 1997, or oh God, I just wish I would have known about the iPhone in 2003. Well, that's what this is. You know about the next most disruptive thing of your lifetime. That's what we're telling you about right now. So pay attention, okay? And if anything, by God, get a free account. I mean, you've got to get with the person that invited you and at least get a free account. You owe it to yourself to go through our academy. You can't wake up in a week or a month and not know what blockchain is. You can't wake up in 2025 and not have money in crypto and blockchain and nodes. You can't afford it, because otherwise you're just going to be 10 years down the road or 20 years down the road, and you're going to have to tell your kids and your grandkids the same old ridiculous story that we all have to tell them. God, I missed out on Google. God, I missed out on Amazon. Right. But you don't have to miss out on blockchain. You don't have to miss out on crypto. And you definitely don't have to miss out on nodes. So listen, I share all that to say, listen, I'm just a white boy from Oklahoma who, basically had to borrow, stuff from smarter people than me to get my high school diploma. I don't have a college degree, right? I have wanted to be wealthy my whole life. Lord knows, I've probably been close multiple times. And then I had to realize that there was some old programming and some things that, I picked up when I was a kid that was holding me back. Thank God I finally worked through that. And now I just feel like the stars have aligned. The universe has brought me something tangible and something real. And I am disciplining and dedicating myself to make sure I give it everything I got. Does that mean it's a guarantee? Of course not. You can't be a human on planet Earth and ever know for sure how anything's going to unfold. But you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And there is no way, if you took any amount of time at all to research what's going on with blockchain, crypto, and nodes, that you at least wouldn't be able to say without a shadow of a doubt that that is where the world is headed. And there are signs everywhere. So if you don't end up getting positioned with us at Connect, then at least do us all a favor for the betterment of all humanity. Get yourself positioned somewhere so that you can take advantage of the most disruptive and most amazing technological advancement in the history of your entire lifetime. And you're early. You're early. You're literally at the point you would have been if you were taking advantage of the internet in 1997 or the iPhone in 2003. So I'm going to hand it back over to Brian. I appreciate, again, you taking time to be with us tonight. Put in 5 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours. Don't you dare say no unless you absolutely know what you would be saying no to.
Wow. Okay. So now you understand the energy that he has. And I saw that. And I was on a Zoom and I got to hear from Tony Swantek. And when he talked about putting $60 million into this thing, sorry, with an M, I was like, wow, all right, we got our hands on something super special here. So now to kind of jump in and go over a little bit of things. So we have a phenomenal YouTube channel. Okay, this is something that I want everybody to dive into, look at, watch some videos, get to know this. This is something that's really nice. They have a great like page, a connect like page. It has lots of info on there, tons of photos, lots of information about every different project that's on here. They have a really good Instagram page as well too. They actually were posting some stories of the guys from Droid right over here to the right that were making all the meals and everything and going over everything there. So like now just I'm gonna do a quick little overview of basically of the back of the PDF here because Ryan had a lot of energy there and I don't want to keep everybody too long on a Sunday night. But just kind of diving in over this and just going in, when is our native coin? And that is the one everybody is going to want to start with. So checking out this, watch the node video, getting in here. These are the different brand partners that we have. And then here's Stephen Miller. He's the president of Connect. I believe he's still the president. I don't know. There's the board on here. They're doing a lot of different things. Talking to Billy, he'll update us this on Tuesday. But you got to see him on that video of the Connect Explainer talk about it. And then the Grow. Grow is the one that I'm bullish on. I know Ryan's bullish on it too, and so is Billy. So, having the ability to track your food and using a QR code that lets amount of olives it ate to when it went to the doctor, the last generations of where it lived, and just kind of know everything about where your food came from, to me
Hey,
is
and
gonna be
Brian,
a huge hit. Yeah.
I got to meet Will Taylor a couple of times. Actually, my wife and I had dinner with him and his wife, and he said that he would be more than happy to be a guest speaker on one of our Zooms coming up and
Let's
just
do it.
share more, not only specifically about the Grow project, but just why he is been willing. He moved to Puerto Rico. I mean, he used to be a very successful gym owner, and it's really neat to have him explain kind of why he's so bought into these projects.
I like that. We did have the ability to see Scott and him talk about it on one of the Thursday night Zooms, I think, or was it a Tuesday night Zoom? And they deal with basically mining. So if you got to watch Jungle Gold, and I have some friends that really were into that, and they were like, "Holy cow, I know that guy from watching him on television." So he just wanted to make everything better after they do the mining. Knowing that you're getting your say your diamonds or your gold or your precious metals mined by actual adults and not children, and then leaving the land better than what it was. So it is a very unique, a lot more complicated than that. I would say dive into that YouTube channel and really check it out. And Galvin, Dr. Sharp here has created a really cool app that works inside of a watch. Also, it kind of keeps up with how your body's feeling, your mental health, and it gives you rewards on having your mental health, at a peak performance, keeping your wellness basically. So it's a really cool company, I believe, as well, to basically keep us in a better frame of mind and keep us healthy. So I like that, and getting rewarded from it at the same time. And then Kathy Roberts with Switch. So she was like the chief operating officer of Discover from 2000 2006. And just hearing her a couple times when I was on with Billy, where she got on and talked to us on the phone. Actually, he called her on the phone. She answered right away. She serves on the board for many of the companies within our company, and she's creating something that's going to connect crypto to the banks. So a non-custodial custodial wallet where you can fund in your crypto from your bank account and instantly move it and move it out of there. At the same way, move it back in and then move it back to your bank. And also you can use that Switch prepaid crypto card, which makes it so easy for anybody that's never used crypto before. And then kind of going into our legal team. And one person that I kind of want to just point out is, you can do a lot of research on all of them. Daniel Payne is phenomenal, and I believe worked with Coinbase as well. But Ken Cuccinelli, being a attorney general, worked for Homeland Security, was on the Trump administration. I mean, these guys are keeping our company compliant with the SEC and any of the regulations that is going on. So we have a phenomenal blockade legal team. And you'll learn about blockade if you want to share this and get some win nodes to get started to be able to share, because then you'll fill out and do a compliance through blockade. And now just kind of diving in, kind of all starts with that win node. You know, I tell everybody, go get 5 win nodes, get prepared with that, because having 5 win nodes helps you make extra digital rewards throughout the friends chain and throughout the blockchain, not just your friends chain, but the whole entire blockchain. That means anybody that actually got started after you, and that you get some different rewards from that as well, from just being in this early and getting in a little bit quicker. So right now they're $1,500 off. I do see where it says $500 fixed pricing, which is cool. So that $1,500, maybe it'll be there if we keep getting it. So I see that in a PDF, never know, we can hold it to them. So with that, we have other smart nodes as well. And like they increase $100 per 100 nodes sold. So when I first joined 31 days ago, grow was $3,800. Now it's 41, about to be 42, I heard. So here's basically the compensation plan. In a nutshell, it's 3 levels: Droid, Blockbot, Blockbot Node. To be a Droid, you buy a Win Smart Node. That's it. You can buy just one. I always encourage people to buy 5 because you get them for $2,500 instead of $10,000, because that promo applies to up to 5. After 5, they're 2,000. To be a Blockbot, you sell 5 Win Smart Nodes. You still have to have at least one, but you sell 5 Win Smart Nodes. When you do that, it could be all to one person. It could be to 1 to 5 different people. And then to be a Blockbot node, it's not overcomplicated. You have to have at least 5 people that have signed up with you. Each one of them go and sell 5 Win Smart Nodes. So it's not over the moon complicated to rank up to the top rank here. You just want to simply get to block node, because then at that time it unlocks basically infinity on getting paid throughout your community. And then coming down, seeing more of the proof of action on rewards, it talks about the ranks here, and you get more check marks as you rank up, you can see. And then we come down, it talks about the sales. And and diving into all this, I don't want to complicate people at all, but being a Droid, you're going to get paid 10% on level 1, 10% on level 2. When you sell 5 Win Smart Nodes, you're going to get 20% on level 1 and 20% on level 2. So there's a couple of examples, shows right here. And then it talks about 20% once you get to Blockbot. And then once you get to Blockbot Node, that opens up everything. And that again is just helping 5 people that enrolled to you to go help them sell 5 Win Smart Nodes. That could be to one person, it could that person selling it to 5 different people. But you can see after your level 2, you start getting paid 5% all the way down. The only thing that changes is when you have another Blockbot node in your community. Underneath that Blockbot node, you then get paid 3% underneath that Blockbot node. Above that, you're getting 5% from anybody else that you enroll. So, and when that Blockbot node gets another one underneath that Blockbot node, you're getting 2%. You're still getting 3% from the one above it, and then you're getting 5% from anywhere else in the community. And then as you go down, operating nodes, you're going to get extra win tokens from this as well for just operating nodes. And then your nodes score that is between the friend chain and the Win blockchain. And I'll kind of show you this one right here. So building a team is the friend chain points. This is from having a team and your team doing daily DMOs, earning $100, helping a friend earn $100, operating 5 Win Smart Nodes. And then the blockchain over on the right, that is anybody that has enrolled in the entire company after yourself. So if that happens, then you're getting points on anybody in the company doing anything. So yeah, timing could be a big thing here, So I like to look at that as a way to get extra points. Extra points are actually like extra tokens. That's what I mean by points. That's what they mean by points. And then getting a complete win score ranking distribution blocks. These are like, are you in the top 50,000, 5,000, 500, or 50? You get extra percentages. I just happened to see this the other day because I've only been in a month, and I guess they distribute these monthly. And then coming down the distribution of the Win native tone, every time a Win Smart Node is sold, the shares of those rewards. It shares those rewards throughout the blockchain through the block bots. That's that rank 2, the selling 5 win smart nodes. So the company total, they pay 70%. If you want to dive into sharing this with other people, and we encourage you to do it. It's a phenomenal company. They got their stuff together. That's the way I look at it. Now diving into the back office. It's a very simple back office. There's not much to it. It is just like 4 little boxes down here. And at the top, you got your My Connect. It has the same thing that you see down here in the 4 boxes. You got your Academy. You can go here, learn a lot about the blockchain, learn a lot about Bitcoin, Ethereum, DeFi, wallets, a lot of different things. Buy nodes, it's where you buy the nodes at. Nodes set up, and then you got share. I encourage everybody to make an account and click on share. When you go here, it's got all these little videos on it. And when you got your account set up, you can click share. And in this share part is your copy link. Oh, I forgot to talk about this too on the PDF. You can actually start for free, sell 5 Win Smart Nodes, and the company will give you a Win Smart Node in case you don't want to start for $500 and grab a Win Smart Node. So that's something too. So you can earn 1 Win Smart Node by selling 5 of them. So this has your link embedded in it right here. See that 0691? That's my link. By clicking share, and I can copy that and send it to somebody. Everybody's like, how'd you recruit so many people, or how'd you do so well? I said, well, I clicked the share button right here, and I copied it and I sent it to somebody. And I clicked it right here and I sent it to somebody. Then I invited them to a Zoom. That was it. I am not an expert in blockchain or nodes at all. I'm learning as much as I can, and I'm learning a lot about our different brands as well. So Switch, you can watch all these different videos on Switch. You can watch all the different videos on Galvin, on Element, on Give. Give is a phenomenal one. And then you got Grow. Here's Grow. That you want to learn about Grow, watch these. It is going to be powerful. Elevate, and then Hyper. Hyper is really cool. Tom Karen just blew that one away. So, and then you got the Academy, and these will actually earn Win tokens. I don't know. They're doing some updating here. Those things might change. And then as you go into buy nodes, you will see here that a Win Smart Node says 2,000, but when you add them here, every time you add one, it applies that discount. So instead of it being 10,000, it's 2,500. You can choose to pay with USDT ERC20, which is like the Ethereum network, USDT. You could even pay with Win tokens that you're earning later on. If you're brand new, you obviously don't have any yet. And you can pay with a credit card or debit card, up to $9,999 per swipe. We learned that the hard way. You can't do 10,000. So that is how that works. And then you dive in here. You can choose other ones to say you wanted to Grow, say you wanted a Hyper, and they just kind of all show up over here on the right, and you X out of them and then go back. So these are our nodes. They all range in different prices. The Rev and the Rally are going to go up. So Rally is phenomenal. There is some powerful videos on that. It's basically going to take over Zoom. You get incentivized for sharing and doing meetings like we're doing already. It just makes sense that it's going to be they're not going to leak your information, where Zoom is ran by China and they can easily leak our information. That's just something I'll throw out there. And then Rev is it's like decentralizing Uber and Lyft. So instead of Uber and Lyft drivers going on strike, being upset because they're getting paid 40% less, Rev is actually going to incentivize the Rev drivers for picking up people, and incentivize us for not canceling and going through trips as well. So it's kind of cool how these programs are going to work, but talking with Billy, Win, Switch, Galvin, Element, and Grow will be the first 5 that go to market. The first 5 that get added liquidity behind it. The first 5 that will be put on multiple exchanges. That's the advice I was given on that. If anybody had questions on that, that's what I was given to answer. And the rest are maybe been here a shorter period of time, and at the same time are cheaper than you'll ever get them, and you're going to earn more tokens, digital rewards than you'll ever get either on that too. So now going into My Connect, and you will see where it talks about like your team. Here you see your team, you see your progression to Pioneer, and that takes a certain amount of Win nodes and a certain amount of partner nodes, which are the other partners besides Win. And these are just on your first 2 levels. Okay. And then it just kind of goes in, and I'm not going to show everybody's names and what they have here. It shows all that information, but it's got your link is right here under My Team, along with the share tab. It's embedded in each one of those that you share. And then as you go into Blockbot report, this is your report that you're going to check out almost, daily or weekly. It depends on how much you want to log in, but it talks about the nodes you have, shows the breakdown of what you're earning on them. If you click on Win here, and you can go back to load more and go back to when I first started, right here, 312 right here. So I made 2,700 tokens that day, basically. Going up to this is tonight's will happen tonight, but 9,500 tokens. What did I do differently? I didn't buy more Win nodes. What I did was I started sharing this and earned rewards through the friend chain and being a part of the blockchain before others have joined. So you can see where, it's really cool too, because even on day 1, I was top 500 and I didn't do anything. So that lets you know there's not too many people in this company, even though it's been around this long. So they've made sure everything is streamlined and a lot easier. And that's why the buzz is out about why this is so exciting. So that is something to really dive into. Watch those Win tokens, they grow. And at the same time, you can see different ones. As soon as I add more nodes in here, it'll take from down here. I'll link the accounts and go in. And then at the top here, you got your Connect Pay. And this is cool because you got your USDC, your USDT. So whichever one people buy into. So if you click on here, like I have the ability, this one right here made 22,000 in that one. So I could request a withdrawal if I wanted. I'm not going to do it on 300 something dollars because every day it seems like I was enrolling somebody. So every day you're getting paid 10 days later on it. So if I wanted, I just hit max, preview transaction, select the box and hit submit. It's about $20 to do a withdrawal. I was going to let it go. I have some pending withdrawals here. Oh, clicked it. Here, let me move the Zoom box here. And then as you come down, the node support rewards, these are just popping up, and you can see I'm earning different Win nodes by just being a part of the company and doing it, my daily DMOs to rank up, I guess, in the top 500, top 5,000, top 50,000. There was some more down here too. So I just now seen this go through. No, I don't know everything about it, but I'm learning as fast as I can. You can see when people have purchased. And one thing I wanted you to see is being a Blockbot right here. I got an extra percentage. I got an extra 5% by being a Blockbot node. Being a Blockbot, I got, the 20% on that. And then being a Blockbot node, an extra 5%. You see that $25. That's just on one Win SmartNode that happened there. So then you got your wallet. You're going to connect your wallet when you first get started. And what I did personally is I saw that everything's on the Ethereum network. So I went and added like $50 worth of Ethereum. And then you can see here about, $18,900 is sitting in my wallet. I own the keys to this wallet. I set up a 12-word phrase. I am not worried about my money being here because if something ever happened, I will just go put those 12-word phrases into Trust Wallet or Exodus or SafePal or any other DeFi wallet, and then this wallet will pop up. So I don't mind leaving it here. I can swap this out. I can move it into whatever I want. I can send it to Coinbase. I could send it to Trust Wallet. I can send it wherever. So, or I can actually go into buy nodes and buy nodes with the money that's already in this wallet because it's the same thing as like I was buying it and sending it from Trust Wallet. Hope that makes some sense. But here they'll hold everything. And then we're going to use the switch pay to send it from here to Switch Pay to then swap it and then put it on the crypto Switch card or put it in your bank account. So how lovely is that? So with that, I mean, in marketing tools it has that PDF right here that I kind of went over and talked about a little bit. And then projects we love are all right here. These are the ones that are out now. Coming soon, they're going to implement these, and then the Raleigh and Rev as well. And then there's a town hall meeting right here that you can click on the 2nd of May. And then the Discord. Oh, the Discord is phenomenal. If you're a Discord person, which I'm not really a Discord person, but I have to be because I wanted to see what was on it, and it is packed with information. So if you haven't looked at the Discord, I would take a look at it and see if if you're a Discord person. But here's Discord. And as it goes, there's like Wind, Switch, Galvin, Element, Grow, Liberty, and it just goes over every single one that we have so far. And everybody's in them chatting and talking. Right here, you can see they're talking there, they're talking in Switch. So it's a great place to kind of get information quicker maybe than working with support, even though support is pretty fast. So I hope I did well. I'm going to go through and look at some questions that you can gladly unmute and ask a question while I'm looking over here to the right too. So, and don't be shy, just unmute and ask away.
I got one for you, Brian.
Yeah, what's up, John?
So tell me this: with that money that's in your wallet, why wouldn't you just go and continue buying more and more nodes to compound your monies that keep it earning upon itself? You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I've done that. That's where I bought those 2 hyper nodes, and then some of that just got released like the other day, and I kind of wanted to show it on this Zoom, and maybe on the next Zoom and just accumulate some more. But you can, and that's what kind of the advice I was given by Billy was like, hey, go get 10 grow nodes. It will change your family's life when that thing
Yeah,
goes.
all right. I can send you my wallet address too if you want.
There you go. Just send it over to me. I'll pop it in there.
Thanks for asking the question.
Yeah, good question. All right. Any more questions? You buy more nodes and compound? Yeah, compound your nodes. I saw your question at the very bottom there. Ryan's taking care of a lot of questions I see already. But I mean, my buddy Shane's on here. He lives close to the Grove facility too. I don't know, Shane, are you available to say anything? I know you got started pretty big in this, and you really do some research and you really dive into things. So I don't know if you're on here, but I don't see you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay. What's up, buddy?
Hey, not much. This excellent Zoom. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good to hear from Ryan too. I had not heard that Ryan's story. Ryan, that was awesome. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, I'm happen to live in Washington State, and I'm about an hour and a half from the Royal Ranch, which is part of the Grow blockchain. And I haven't had a chance to go down there yet in person, but I definitely want to. I'd like to go down there and see if I can meet some of those guys. And I know that one guy that Ryan was talking about, I think that's his family maybe that owns that ranch. Is that correct, Ryan?
I don't know all the integral details. I just know that Wright Thurston met Will Taylor through what Will had been working on, and they have some involvement in that ranch, and then that's how Will then basically helped Wright create the Grow project and then became the CEO of it.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just think it'd be cool to go down there and meet those guys. But no, when I saw this, it's kind of the same. I come from the same pretty much story like what Brian's saying. We've been through this roller coaster ride of all these things. Finally found hopefully something that what I thought from the beginning is real. I mean, because it's helping out real world businesses being on the blockchain, and especially when I saw the idea and everything behind the Grow project. It really was it hit me on a personal level, because in my own life, I've been trying to find things that have an advantage to my health and for my, myself and my family and whatever. And like they say, even on those little things on the videos for Grow, what's in your food? Do you know what's in your food? Do you know where it came from? Do you know all this stuff? And those are the same kind of questions that I've been asking myself over the last couple of years, trying to get healthier. And then along comes this, and oh my gosh, this is really cool. So that was one of the reasons why I decided to go in big particularly with the Grow. And then on top of that, hearing Billy's explanation of all of this and saying that he started with 11 in the beginning and look what it got him. And so I said, oh man, I'm doing at least that much. So, I got more than that now, but that's been my motivation on that end of it. But yeah, it's been definitely a blessing in my life, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with more and more of my friends.
I love it. Thanks, Shane, for everything. I see some questions. I heard there were 10 million users. Well, I just kind of showed my back office in the Blockbot report, and my first day on making the Win SmartNodes, I was top 500. So if there is that many other people in the company that aren't buying a Win SmartNode, I don't know. So I don't think there's 10 million users of this.
I don't think there is either, Brian. Yeah,
No,
I don't think so.
I think Billy has maybe 2,000 people on his team, and he's been in this company for 7 years and just kind of started promoting it back in February. I don't know about an app.
Maybe it's the number of people that are playing Gala games. I could see that maybe being where that number could have been thrown around, because I know there are millions of people that have played games on that blockchain. So that might be it. But yeah, there's definitely not 10 million people involved in this. No.
So in like talking with Billy, like I see like why I haven't this been out 7 years. How is there not that many people in this? Well, he kind of gives the idea of like a bamboo tree, like they weren't ready to like have the massive growth from the community, because when they first got started, it took forever to host a node. They didn't have the ability to use block fabric like we do. Like if I went to buy a node right now and I bought my node, then I go to node setup and it has block fabric right here. And then here you just click on here and you make an account with block fabric. This is what hosts your node. So when you do that, you make your account with them. It sets your account up. And then you come in, you click, it normally says, if you're new, it says start hosting. You click start hosting. These are the nodes I have online. You would click start hosting. You would choose the node that you want, choose the amount, and then hit proceed. And when you do that, then you put it's debit or credit card information in here, and it goes. And to host every node, each node is $4.95. So, they didn't have this, so it wasn't as smooth in a way. And, so it was a lot different and a lot harder. And now I guess it's a lot easier, because even Tony didn't purchase the Gala nodes, did he, Ryan? He actually didn't. Wish he would, but he was told all about it, but it was like, I don't know.
Yeah, the long story is Tony actually bought $10,000 worth of Gala nodes, and then I don't know if you know this, but which it aligns with what you were saying. Yeah, remember they were having a hard time with the hosting, just all this stuff, and I really value what I'm getting ready to tell you. So I actually had met Tony a year ago through pickleball. I didn't realize. So I have all of these people. He's from Wichita, Kansas, only 2 hours from me. I have talked to at least a dozen people that have known Tony for 20 years. Not a single person has anything but phenomenal things to say about him. Man of integrity. It's incredible. So Tony got a call because they basically said, hey, we have not been able to do what we said we were going to do, and we need to give everybody's money back. We don't want anybody to ever think that, like we were taking anybody's money. And Tony's like, well, it's fine. They're like, no, we want to do that. It's just easier. In a couple of weeks, we think we'll have it all where we need it to go, and then you can just buy them back. And honestly, you know, when you're as successful as Tony and you have multi-billion-dollar companies and such, he just forgot. He just literally forgot to do it. Makes sense to me. And it cost him, you know, $10 million. But when you're worth 500 million, I guess you can afford to, you know, do that. But it just shows you again that, and I think part of also why he forgot, Brian, is he wasn't a gamer. So he was really getting involved more on the idea that he believed in blockchain and the nodes kind of made sense to him. And it was a very trusted friend that he had respect for, who was like, hey, I think there's a lot of potential here. But he probably didn't investigate it to the level he probably could have, just because if you were someone that was playing games on your phone, you really knew that that was a potential big winner. But if you didn't, maybe you just didn't quite give it as much attention as you could have.
I like it. Yeah, it's powerful testimony hearing him talk. So I'm gonna schedule a Zoom on Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern. I'm gonna try to get Billy on. I know hopefully he's not jet lagged or anything like that, because he's just going Hawaii to Las Vegas, and he'll jump on with us. And then there is another one that's kind of like a corporate Zoom at 10, where a different leader gets on and kind of does an overview as well. So that's something that you can invite to, excuse me, and as well. So, and then I plan on, you know, trying to stick to this Sunday night at 9:30 time to do the Zoom on here, so we can keep it every couple days and keep people invited on it. But just dive into the groups, get back with the person that invited you. Thank you for spending your Sunday night with me here as well.
Absolutely.
It's a phenomenal project, and you're going to find support from all over the place. Me and Ryan are not on the same team, you know,
Nope.
but one thing I want you guys to know is the more successful he is, the more successful the company is. The more people that we all bring on, the more successful the company gets exposure. It's just going to make everything better for everybody. So I hope I covered everything. Like I said, I've only been here 30 days. I think Ryan's been here maybe 20, you know, maybe 15, you know, so we are just so excited that we found this. So, let me see. I saw one more question. Very impressed. Connect. I had a problem with, yeah, my HyperNode. It just, actually, when I bought my HyperNodes, something was messed up in the data, and I wrote support, and they instantly was like, yes, we found the problem in the data. Just go destroy the node and then rehost it again. And when I did that, it was about 5 days, and then it started earning the reward. So I love that fact that support is constantly grinding and to make everything better for us. So I appreciate you guys, and thank you all for being on. I'm going to drop this replay as many places as we can, so I hope you can get your hands on it, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. All right. So
Thanks, Brian. Great job.
good Sunday night. Have a good Monday. Bye, everybody.
All right. Blessings, everyone.